It's greater and bigger than it ever was now. It's unbelievable.
Traditionally used to seeing Swedes, Finns coming over, and of course Russians, but you start to see some other countries like Germany get more actively involved with NHL drafts, including the Swiss. Pettersson drops it off to the goal. Now another drop pass. Matheson shoots. He scores! The former Admiral has done it in back-to-back games at the Bradley Center.
Couple of drop passes here too. Very interesting play. Not really that quick developing, but getting inside the blue line and penetrating and dropping the defense back to the top of the circles. And eventually Mark Matheson will fire this puck in off the far post. He starts it with a ring around. Kozak, good work on the boards, headmans it. Pettersson will gain the line with speed. He'll drop it back. DeVoe then drops it also. And look at the black jerseys laying on the ice. It's like a mat to walk right through for Mark Matheson. And he fires it off the far post. Excellent shot, but quite a play.
Looks like Liam's bedroom, huh, back home?
No, that's just dirt.
So the Wolves grab the all-important goal.
In front of the net, Cried going for the puck, and his explanation, he hits Thang, but I think there might be another stick involved in the play, too. I think that was Dylan Hunter's stick.
Maybe that's what he was arguing. That wasn't my stick that clipped him up high.
It was that Hunter.
That Hunter headhunting out there. Wolves trying to just keep it pinned along the boards. Broken up by Bork and played up top for Aaron Johnson. Admirals have goals in 4 straight games on the power play. 6 for 19 during that stretch. Up top, UC's shot off of Miller perhaps and wide.
Pretty tight to the body, not easy to get rid of.
Now UC moving into the point. Up top for Johnson. His shot caught the glass. Everyone headhunting. Johnson trying to hold the zone. Broken up by Hadar. Took it out of the midsection. Now jams it all the way down. So a good clear by the Wolves. Miller trying to take it away. Rapper play, scores! A short-handed goal for the Wolves. Hadar will get a long-distance assist, and the Wolves have a 2-0 lead.
Well, that's 2 gifts from 2 European goalies in the last 2 games. Hanna Toivonen gave one to Nigel Dawes that was ugly, and this one just as bad. This is just poor judgment by, I think, European goaltenders that do not really know how to handle the puck in these situations. Usually in Europe, they don't come out because it's so wide and so big in those areas around the net. But here it is, just a bad play, stripped, and Miller's got lots of room and time, and he stuffs it home for a shorty and a huge goal.
How appropriate that Miller would score in Milwaukee with the little Billy Gardner interview camera. You're back on track, boss.
Thank you very much. Yes, yeah. And a shorty at that, too, yeah.
Last shorthanded goal was against the Toronto Marlies, scored by Nigel Dawes on January 5th. He's not even on the team anymore. He's scoring for the Bulldogs now. 28 goals on the year for Dawes, and Miller has his 4th with the Wolves in a shorthanded 2-on-1. In comes Pettersson with Garvin. Garvin opens up, one-timer wide. A knuckle puck.
But cut across and try to make a move, so Palin just stayed with him, big body, and stripped the puck away.
Uberab uses the boards to knock it out to center.
The best play, sorry Jason, I was going to say the best play was made by Miller defensively.
Bouncing puck, UC out in front, chance, kicked away, rebound, Thorson caught the crossbar.
Wow.
Goal light never came on.
Did not.
Thorson celebrating, and the referee right in position waved it off, Marcus Vinterborg. Fans booing here with 2.5 minutes to go. And the Wolves a chance now. Riley Hozoffel will curl, looking for late support to Ross. Fans booing at the Bradley Center.
I don't think it went in. It seemed to me like it hit the crossbar and dropped down.
What 2 great chances, though, for Andreas Thoresen. On the doorstep, MacIntyre the first save.
Well, first of all, one of those pucks didn't get out. We were just talking about those plays at the blue line, kept alive, and Thoresen was all alone in front of the net waiting for it.
Admirals again with 2 minutes to go will work up ice. Roman UC leading the charge. How many times has he done that tonight? Van Gilder with the redirect. Goes to the backboards. Losing a stick was Wolves. One of the Wolves players, Esposito, picked up. They score. So the Admirals get the goal. They break out the shutout bid by MacIntyre with 1:43 to go, and it's a 1-goal game.
You know, I've talked a lot in this game, or at least this 3rd period, about how well the Wolves have played defensively. But if you're going to play a lot more in your own zone, eventually something negative is going to happen, and it really has been the case the last 10 minutes. Pretty good puck movement. This is a thread-of-the-needle pass, just perfectly fed. Not a shot. Head up all the way, and then the redirect.
Van Gilder
by Van Gilder, but I think it's Palin with a pass. That's Johnson, Aaron Johnson with a play, and just a perfect feed and a nice redirect over the extended left leg of Drew MacIntyre. So a pretty good play, but just going back to what I said, you just play too much in your own zone. You can't play defensive hockey the whole time. You got to have some offense in your game, and the Wolves have done a pretty good job. Well, those things sat back a little bit too much. Now they got themselves with a minute 43 a game.
Wolves trying to make a late substitution, getting Ryan Garbutt, who's plus 22 on the season, out on the ice. He was called back to the bench by the referee. And now with a little over a minute and a half left, the Admirals will dump it back in. These games are always close when these two teams get together.
Sure.
Hadar stalled at the line. Ross will head for the change, and Garbutt fresh on the ice. Lewis controlling the puck. We'll keep an eye on the Milwaukee netminder. Johnson has it now. Broken up by Garbutt right in front of his own bench. Nearly took a holding penalty as he got that stick twisted around.
Terrific play.
70 seconds to go. Lindback is going to break to the bench. Lewis will backhand it in. 6-on-5. High stick. And collision along the backboard. And it's waved off. Center pass. Bounce it around. Grant Lewis has it now. Hadar trying to poke it away. Blocked by Garbutt. Garbutt poked it to the line, but couldn't get back. Thorson off the stick of Miller, caught the glass and hit that protective netting, which will halt the action with 47.5 to go.
A big collision behind the net. And then the loose puck went in favor of the Admirals. Grant Lewis back on the blue line. Campbell with a pull and drag with a couple of guys on him, and unfortunately for the Wolves, he just didn't get it enough and out of the zone. Kept alive, then off the mesh. It did go. I'm sure we're going to have a timeout here. One team or the other will certainly take their time. I think Lane Lambert waiting it out here. I don't think the Wolves are really caring too much.
Both teams, both coaches looking who's going to use the timeout.
The Wolves need to put their guys on first because they are the road team, and that's what will happen. Lane already has everything out, and he's been talking to his guys on the bench through all this.
He finally takes his time calling it.
Well, he doesn't have a lot of offense, so the guys that were on the ice is exactly the guys he wants out there for this last 47 seconds. As we go back to the third period, in a shorthanded situation, the Wolves look like they might be in some trouble. They were leading 1-0 and had to fend off a penalty. Aaron Johnson cannot get his puck through. Darren Hadar collects it and drives it all the way down. Now watch this goaltender play the puck. Lindback, not very smooth. And look at how he tries to get back. He extends his right leg, gets caught up himself, and then fires it back. Too late. Great play by Timmy Miller as he was able to stuff it home for a shorty, and at that point put the Wolves up by a couple.
That's the difference in this game right now. Anders Lindback on the bench. He has stopped 29 of the 31 shots he's faced. At the other end, Drew MacIntyre will be called upon now. 29 saves on 30 shots, trying to win a game against his former teammates. Key face-off will be taken by Jared Ross of the Wolves and Mark Van Gilder, who scored at 18-17 from Johnson and Jussi. Here we go, off the draw comes to Jussi. Spins it deep behind the net. Thorson controlling, stopping and starting. Out in front, Mueller's shot caught the shoulder of Cyphers. He knocks his man down. Work tied up deep. Puck is underneath one of the Wolves players, and we get a quick whistle with 30 seconds to go.
Look at that play. You got a couple of guys down, and it's going to be difficult to get up and defend, so you just lay on the puck, get a whistle with the guy still trying to dig away. So the sacrifice by Cyphers, as he's able to hold on to the puck underneath him, get a whistle. Thurston's pass attempt, not really a good one. Mueller tried to hammer it home, but it was rolling on him. Then the work by Cyphers. Burke behind the net, pinned up by Ross, nice defensively, and then the two of them team up to hold on to the puck for a whistle.
Andre DeVoe will be called on in this draw against Van Gilder once again. And Van Gilder able to pull it back to Jussi. Chatting was Ross, over to Johnson, traffic out in front, broke up the shot attempt, and a nice job by DeVoe. Strong play out in front, bounces it out to center.
I'm going to tell you about getting the puck up. That was a great play by DeVoe, had a little bit more time, and he threw it up over everybody.
DeVoe, a one-man forecheck, the old toe pick by Jussi, sending it ahead. 10 seconds to go, cut off by Welch, lobs it back out to center. Final 5 seconds, the Wolves will sit back Now Thorson throwing it in, and the Wolves clear to the wall. How about Tim Miller? He's got 4 goals on the season, 3 of them game winners.
Wow.
As the Wolves take it at the Bradley Center 2-1 your final.
Wouldn't have thought a shorty would have been the game winner at the time, but Drew MacIntyre was so solid. What a difference in this third period. The Admirals came out and had plenty of opportunities and chances, and that is when your goaltender needs to be his best, and Drew certainly was. And the Wolves end up getting a huge 2 points in Milwaukee. The first place team again goes down.
So the Wolves have now won 6 of the 8 head-to-head matchups. That does clinch the Amtrak Rivalry trophy for the Wolves for the 2nd year in a row, and their 2nd straight win in this building. Much congratulations to Drew MacIntyre. Tough luck losing this shutout, but he will take the 2 points and has now won 5 in a row.